Hello guys, it's Darksigner here from the German Duel Masters channel and welcome back to another video. Today I got the ITC 19 finals for you guys between Halfa at the top of your screen playing Fortress Burn and Claude Alpha at the bottom of your screen playing Hydro Hurricane. So two mana burn decks facing each other in the finals, and we have the POV of Claude here, so we can see his hand, which is quite nice. Let's us talk about the plays a bit more. No turn 3 play sadly for Claude here, so that's not that great. I think like the best draw he could have is like Eureka Charger next turn, so he can set up for Mistrea's plus 1-drop, which he doesn't have. Charges his Hydro. This is also quite interesting. I don't know if I would have charged it already here, but I guess you need to think either that or Pit, but I think like Pit would have been a bit more safe. There's nothing really you want to remove from Fortress except Fortress itself, and Alpha is pretty far away from Fortress, and also if he gets to Fortress, might be you don't have enough mana for Pit anyway, so I think I would have charged Pit over the Hydro. Yeah, Fighter Dual Fang gave Claude some draws here. Petrova plus 1-drop, even more draws. Petrova calling Guardians. Though power doesn't really matter for Fortress since it doesn't have fire removal. Yeah, Pit, Spiral Gate, and like Miraculous Snare are the removals that are being used. Lost Soul here for 2, I would definitely have done the same. And as you see, Fortress Shell and Lost Soul Swap getting discarded. That was a very good choice by Claude to discard here. But also I understand Halfa that he didn't want to leave the Rias open for any longer and start with his mana burn. So yeah, I can understand both sides of play here. Claude setting up the next Mistrea's, so Halfa needs to answer that, doesn't have an answer to it, and now it looks really grim with the Giga Balsa in hand and Laura Giga. Claude can advance his plays like very much. Discards Halfa's last card in hand, which was a butt. Yeah, that didn't do anything, so that wasn't really needed. Probably plays out Laura Giga just for the draw here. Might even consider playing the second Giga Balsa, but no, it doesn't have to because he draws another Laura Giga. Next turn he can burn for 4 mana, which is great already, but Halfa getting some charges here, so he's definitely not out of it. And here's like where charging Hydro early bites him. Like Terror Pit, he didn't need it at all. Could have charged anything else like instead of the Hydro and would have 2 Hydros live now, which would definitely help him to burn more, but now instead he has to set up where like the 1 Hydro basically seals him the game, not completely, but at least enough so Halfa just can't instantly play Bronze-Arm Trap and Fighter Dual Fang again, because that will just give Halfa back so much advantage. So yeah, Claude's still drawing a lot of cards. Yeah, he doesn't need the Eureka at this point anymore. Just play out some more stuff. Draws 2 every time because of Rias. Has Pala. And now Hydro for like, yeah, bounce 2 and that's 7 mana, I think. Yeah, that's enough so he can replay Bronze-Arm Tribe into Fighter Dual Fang. But maybe he can play out just a Fighter on Sky Sword, so that might be a problem. No, Halfa said, yeah, that's exactly enough, because Halfa will go to 5 mana, so he can't replay the Fighter, and then next turn Claude is probably going to Lost Soul Halfa and take the game from there. Trying to attack here to get Halfa's hand count up a bit more, but I think that's kinda risky. If Halfa gets a Soul Swap out of shields, he can ramp up to 6 mana, play the fighter out and be somewhat back in the game. Of course, not really, but at least a bit more back in the game. Yeah, I think playing fighter dual fang here is probably the way to go, because the board is just too strong. Like playing a single Terror Pit doesn't do too much. Goes for the Bronze-Arm Tribe instead. Just for like the sheer amount of creatures maybe? I don't know. Stream, yeah, that's not a good idea. 12 mana, not enough for Hydro and Lost Soul in one turn, but I think you still go for Hydro again, because yeah, you burn the whole mana and then you can still Lost Soul next turn, so that hurts. Claude just playing out some stuff so he can bounce the board, and yeah, this looks over now. Like last turn it was already like 80-90% over, but now it's 100% Claude's game. Like there's no way he can lose this. Yeah, Halfa conceding, exactly. Like you don't need to waste another turn. We all know this is game over, like after the second Hydro for 7. What can he do? Halfa going first this time. Let's see if he can get his mana burn going first this turn, this game. I feel like this matchup is really dependent on who mana burns first. Like that really indicates who's going to win the game. Of course, that sounds a bit like I would say like 1 + 1 is 2, but yeah, it basically doesn't come down to like Lost Soul race as much, like in other matchups, but more like who actually like mana burns first. Like both decks set up for quite a long time, and then yeah. In Claude's position, I would discard Lost Soul here and maybe Eureka or Rias. I don't know if I would have gotten rid of the stream because you need it for Eureka. Now gets rewarded because it keeps 2 Rias, so can play one that gets probably answered and then can play the other one. Because Halfa will probably not discard here, he will try to get... No, okay, he tries... He oh, that's interesting. Like, just Sky Sword, maybe he prepares for a Lost Soul and then just hopes Claude doesn't top deck anything, but Claude with the double Mysterious, that's nasty. Like, that's really nasty. Like, that's the perfect setup. And of course he draws a creature. Like, when I play the deck, I'm not that good at the game. I don't know. Like, I think in Hydro Hurricane you always have to draw the cards in the right sequence every time. Like if you draw like your end game stuff like Hydro too early, you lose, or if you draw your Mysterious too late, you lose. And then there are some players that are just meant for the deck, like Hymner or Claude, who can make double Ria stick on board. Yeah, the draws are getting out of hand for Claude, and unless Halfa top decks like a Lost Soul before Claude fires off the Hydro, I don't see him coming back. Yeah, and Claude says, like, I don't want to risk it. I just Hydro for 5 here, easy peasy. You go to 6 mana again, but you can't Lost Soul me. Yeah, what can you do? The Holy Owl helps a bit because, like, he can Oh no, what are you doing, Halfa? I disagree. I really disagree. Oh man, why doesn't he trade into Rias? Oh no, what happened here? Why do you get rid of the Palolesis? That doesn't make any sense. You definitely trade for Rias. Like that's the whole advantage engine. I don't know. Maybe he thought like he has another kill spell and just can kill it later, but or like he has lost soul and says like the draws aren't that relevant. But like, what does Pala do against a Halfa stack? Nothing. Like power based, you don't have power based removal, so Pala is just like a vanilla blocker until you have like 4 of them. So I don't agree with letting that Rias alive. You see it snowball here again, drawing a lot of stuff, filling up the board. That play by Halfa not trading with Rias was probably like, I don't know if it's really game changing, because Claude Alpha still has the second Hydro to set Halfa back, and yeah, but he has to draw like several cards to get to the Zombie Carnival to get his Rias back, and that would have taken some turns. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, lost soul for 7 here now, must be nice. Yeah, place the Solgala first to see if he can maybe draw a Hydro first, which he doesn't, and now he just goes for Lost Soul, which is still so much value for 7, like Upheaval, Double Fortress, Lost Soul, Hyliana, Faliga, like so many cards got discarded, and now he can like mana burn for 8 if he plays the Palolesis first. Doesn't do it. Oh yeah, okay, he has enough mana for another Petrova. Then yeah, I understand. You definitely go for Petrova, calls Guardians again. Now he can like clear the board because he played a spell. He could trade the Solgala into the Faliga if he wants to, or he can just leave the Fal alone. But I think, yeah, maybe I would have traded so Alpha doesn't have a Soul Swap body on board. And like, if you burn like 7 or 8 mana, it doesn't really matter too much. Now, now you see now he has to jump block with Belix. If he just traded, he didn't have to do it. Probably play Rias or Solgala and then follow it up with Hydro. Of course, yeah, jump blocking isn't too bad if you have Zombie Carnival, but now he charges it. Plays Giga Balsa, which does nothing in the discard end, but it bounces the Fal plus all mana, so now the board is cleared. He burned 6 mana or something like that. Now he can just go in. I don't know what Crystal Memory searches here. Like, does Halfa have like Cosmic Darts for the absolute, like the Invincible Darkness spell, the Raigeki? But I don't think that matters. Halfa broke 1 shield too many, but it just doesn't matter at all. Claude cleared mana like in both games completely, and the Soul Swap here does nothing. So yeah, Claude takes this IDC and wins it. Congrats to him. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys at the next video.